Going by bottle service. Here he is. I think he has a name. Introduce yourself. Welcome.
Yeah, my name's Greg Matthews.
Greg Matthews. Give it up for Greg Matthews.
Yeah. I'm a college professor, and I made up the stupid nickname for my students made up the nickname Brofessor Bottle Service. That's why it's bottle service. It's real dumb. Did you guys see the big news story? The news story recently. Regulators recently ruled that Amazon Prime is a monopoly and it needs to be broken up. Unfortunately, when authorities tried to break it up, they found they couldn't do it because it was only divisible by one in itself.
Oh.
And now, thank you. And that's my set. Thank you. And I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking, Greg, why would you start with your best joke? You're supposed to close with your best joke. And to that, I say, point taken. You're absolutely right. That is my best joke. I get it. And two, you're probably thinking, Greg, that's pretty offensive. Isn't that joke cultural appropriation of dad culture? Now I know I might not appear to be a dad, but I assure you that I am one of them. So it's okay for me to tell jokes like that. And by the way, I'm reclaiming the phrase dad bod. It's offensive and I hate it. I'm allowed to say it. You're not. So dad culture. So I have a panic disorder with a side of anxiety and a touch of depression. Oh, sorry. I got yelled up by my wife. I'm screaming and the kids trying to sleep. So I have a panic disorder with a side of anxiety and a touch of depression. I'm a real triple threat. I'm on Celexa. I'm fine thanks to these incredible drugs. 10 milligrams if anyone's interested in scoring at home. But even with the drugs, I go up and down. And lately, I haven't been doing very well. If I was a pop rock band, I would be Panic at the Everywhere. No, that's my best joke. All right. So two nights ago, I took a shower and I was getting out. I shivered a little bit. And instead of going to bed, I spent 3 hours reading about Parkinson's disease. Spoiler alert, I didn't have Parkinson's disease. I spent so much time on WebMD checking my symptoms that if they give out frequent flyer miles based on how long you were on their site, I'd have enough to fly to Thailand for free and panic about dengue fever in person. And I'd have enough left over to do an entire disease panic world tour. I could go to the Congo for Ebola, Saudi Arabia for MERS, and the pinnacle of any disease panic world tour, panicking about the West Nile virus at the Nile. Bring your bug spray. It's mosquito borne. So sometimes people will tell me they know what it's like because they were nervous for their driving test when they were like 16. Bitch, please. You wouldn't tell LeBron James that you know what it's like to play in the NBA finals because you played an intramural playoff basketball game during your one semester at community college. I once saw a bat in my house and my wife moved out. That's the level I'm playing at. You cannot compete with me. I'm both mentally ill and weirdly competitive, and I will dominate you with my mental illness. I've been to the ER for panic attacks in 3 separate decades. Don't bring your weak sauce shit in here. I will posterize you. I will dominate you in the paint with my anxiety. I will float like a butterfly and sting like a bee and then lose my mind because I don't have an EpiPen, even though I'm not allergic to bees, but I might be. I will out panic you and do a touchdown dance in your face. My touchdown dance, by the way, is just me rocking back and forth, doing breathing exercises while I check to see how sweaty my palms are. Breathe through the nose, in through the nose, out through the mouth. You know what I'm talking about? You cannot compete with me. I'm married to the game, which would be nice. Sorry. You cannot compete with me. I'm married to the game, which was nice to still be married to something after my wife left because we had a bat in our house. Let me explain the bat thing. I'm laying in bed with my wife, about to go to sleep, and a bat swoops over us. We get up, we try to find it. We can't find it. We just go back to bed. I think nothing of this. The next day at lunch, I'm telling my coworkers about this, that we had a bat in our house last night. And fucking Amy goes, oh, you got to be careful with bats because they can bite you in your sleep without you knowing it. Well, clear my schedule for the next month because I'll be spending 100% of my time on the internet doing research about rabies like I'm working for Ken Burns and he's doing a documentary on bat-borne diseases. And my wife really did leave. I was too busy checking to see if I've started foaming at the mouth to be emotionally available. I don't have time for that. I'm rabid. Spoiler alert, I wasn't rabid. So everyone knows foaming at the mouth is a symptom of rabies. But you know what else is a symptom? Anxiety. Do you know how twisted this is? It's an anxiety catch-22. Either the rabies is causing the anxiety or my anxiety is making me think I have rabies. But either way, my wife moved back in with her parents. Is that too sad? It's genuine. It's genuinely bad. And over the years, I've been working with my therapist to try to figure out the root cause of my anxiety and depression and panic. And I've made a lot of progress coming to terms with not living up to my father's expectations. What was always incomprehensible to me was his total lack of feeling for the suffering and shame he could inflict on me with his words and judgments. This is hard for me to get through. My dad's method of raising me has left me with a general load of fear, weakness, and self-contempt. And this has manifested itself with mental illness. I'm just kidding. It's 100% genetic. My dad's great.
Nah.
No good. Too much. All right. So I am a dad. And I have 3 kids. I'm a dad and I have 3 kids, and it's important to spend time with your kids. And so I do these things called dad days where I spend the whole day. I don't know if many people know this, but you should spend time with your kids. And so yesterday I spent the whole day with my daughter. And at the end of the day, I asked her what her favorite part of the day was. And she melted my heart when she said, "You, Dad, you were my favorite part of the day." And then she asked me what my favorite part of the day was. And I leaned in real close to her and I whispered, "The 2 beers I had at lunch." I'm Greg Matthews. Follow me on my
Greg Matthews is here.